Right. You are listening not to the Insomnia Project, but to an update for our subscribers, Nidhi. We're going to talk about what's coming up, and we've determined our Season 2 air date.
Very, very exciting.
Yes. And so for our listeners and our subscribers, thank you so much. I know you've been patient. I know you've been waiting. We received your messages and your texts, and thank you so much for them.
And we are also getting tired of saying, we're coming back soon, so that's why.
But we have some exciting news, Nidhi, that we're not going to talk about yet because we're firming it all up and we're going to figure it out. So we've been working on a few things.
Yes, some teasers.
Some teasers. And if you haven't had a chance to check out our Patreon page,
please do.
There's some great content that's up there and that's coming up there, including, I just got back from Naples, Florida, which it means I'm going to be doing an episode that's going to appear on our regular show, and then some extra content with my father-in-law, Dan Barker, is going to appear on Patreon only.
And it's pretty stellar this time around. If you've enjoyed Dan before.
He knocked it out of the park,
He really did.
My mouth was agape for most of the episode with him.
And weren't you telling me that he was sort of like, oh, I have nothing to talk about, Marco?
Yeah, nothing to talk about. Oh, nobody wants... I'm like, people love you, Dan, and they want to hear from you. So, and of course, that's Zena in the background, if you get the chance to hear her. So go to patreon.com, The Insomnia Project, / The Insomnia Project. And did we mention our Season 2 air date?
Not yet.
Do you want to mention it?
I don't know. Should we mention it together?
Sure, why not?
Okay,
so
on the count of 3.
1, 2, 3.
May 30th.
So May 30th is when Season 2 starts, and we've recorded a bunch of episodes so that we don't ever miss an episode. You're going to have, for Season 2, it's going to be every Wednesday you're going to get content episodes for 26 weeks, because that's our season.
Yes, exactly.
Pretty cool, huh?
I do think so.
So, Nidhi, I got to tell one little story.
Okay.
And like I said from the top, this is not an Insomnia Project proper episode. It's just an update episode.
I know, we're way too excited for it to be a proper... I keep telling Mark, can you calm down?
And I'm like, I want to record this update episode and then put it up so that our subscribers can be like, okay, it's coming. It's coming. Just a few more weeks I've got to wait.
We're almost there. We're almost there.
So, Nidhi, I go to Naples, Florida.
Also, can I just say, you're one of those people who does put, the thing over the camera on your computer.
Yeah.
The tape.
Nidhi, I don't know. I think I read something, and it was probably clickbait. Those things where it's
sure.
Things you're doing wrong that could jeopardize your life or whatever. And then you click on it, it's like, people can look into your home from your computer. And I know it's false. And I'm like, I don't know. So I've put a little piece of electrical tape over the camera.
I'd love it.
Are you supposed to do that? Do you know?
I don't know. I mean, I guess it depends on what you believe is happening out there. It wouldn't surprise me, but also,
I don't know.
Anyways.
I feel silly, but at the same time, I'm like...
I just love that it's also this green... in no way does that piece of tape blend into your computer.
No, not at all.
Where it's the only thing that you can do when your eye moves to Marco's screen is to see that piece of green tape.
It's a huge piece of electrical tape.
It is.
There's nothing subtle about it at all.
No, it's not.
So...
You're in Naples.
I'm in Naples, Florida.
Yes.
We're coming home.
Yes.
Our flight got bumped, and our flight got redirected to Atlanta. We were supposed to go flying to Newark. And then in Atlanta, they had our flight. We got kicked off the flight, and we were going to go the next morning. So we got put up in a hotel. All that was fine. And then we have to get up at 5 in the morning to get to the airport for 7. We come home through Toronto, go through customs, all that stuff. When customs takes the form and you're out of the airport?
Yeah.
That's when I realize I don't have my bag that has the computer and has the hard drive with all the episodes that we've taped up till now.
And some of my personal files.
And worse yet, some of Nidhi's personal files. I need to give this back to you now.
Actually, I should probably do something with that.
We need to
not have my personal files on that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
My heart, I didn't even...
I hate that when your heart just sinks.
And then I was like, how do I tell Nidhi? What do we do for our listeners? And I was like, my heart stopped. So I had to go back.
Oh, because it's got all of Season 2 episodes on it.
It has everything we could possibly want. is on that.
I feel like maybe we should get a second backup.
Yeah, we need a second backup. I'm going to go to Costco and buy another one this week, just so that we have one that's just... Anyways, so as you can tell, it turned out okay because we're recording on my computer and whatnot.
Yes.
But I had to go back through there. I had to like call somebody who escorted me in to look around the carousel because I'm like, I lost it at the carousel when I was getting my other bags.
Oh no.
It wasn't there. So I'm like, what do I do now? They're like, go to information. I said, so what do I do with lost backpack? And they're like, oh, there's not much you can do. You can email. I'm like, this is terrible.
You can email info@pearson.ca.
That's exactly what they told me.
No.
That's exactly. Pearson is our airport. And so I was like,
You're never
like,
seeing that bag again.
Luckily, this woman, she was sympathetic. She's like, you really should go talk to border and security control there. I know I'm saying it wrong, but you know what I'm talking about, the people in charge.
The people who filmed the TV show.
Yeah. So I'm like, I just spoke to them. She goes, talk to them again. So I went. And now there's a person who's really in charge, right? And she's like telling the other person, call this number, call that number. I feel like... She took it. She knew what she was doing, and she was getting the job done. And she really... border control. Like, she just was sympathetic and wanted to help me with this. And I really appreciate that. And her name was Officer...
should you say her name?
No, I won't say her name. Thank you. Okay, but she was awesome. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to say her name. Thank you, Nidhi. Here I go compromising our border security.
I don't know.
Thank you.
Who knows?
So she says, "Do you want to go back and look?" I'm like, "Yeah," because she's like, "What's in there?" I'm like,
"Oh yeah, you should totally not be saying her name because this is against all."
No, she was as legit as it comes, and she was just like, "Do you want to go back there and look?" Because she goes, what was in there? I go, my computer and all my files for my podcast. She goes, you want to go back and take a second look? I'm like, yeah. So she goes, officer, I won't say his name, you escort him back there. I was like, oh man, this is so great. Yeah, so I go with this lovely gentleman, and we go back. I look and I look and I look, and he's like, let's talk to the Delta agent, because it was a Delta flight. I'm like, what can you do? She goes, I can only help you if you left it on the flight. I'm like, I didn't leave it on the flight. She goes, did you leave it when you talked to the customs guy? Like, the person, or the customs person, I should say, because it was a gentleman, but it could have easily been a woman as well. And so I was like, no, but I'd like to. Now my head's all confused, right? So I go there and I look. And then, those machines that you kind of put, have you been on a farm? You click no. Have you?
Yes. Yeah.
And then you scan your passport in.
Yeah.
We were having problems with our passport scan there. So I had taken my bag off, and it was right there.
No, it was still there?
It was still there. And
like, how much time do you think had elapsed?
Oh, Nidhi, 25 minutes to 35.
Wow. Also, let's just talk a bit about how there was an unattended bag at the customs desk or whatever.
It wasn't the customs desk. So it was the kiosks. And so no customs agent was in charge of it. Rather, it was Nidhi just threw a toy against her stove for the dog.
But regardless, it was like an unaccompanied bag left in the airport for 25 minutes.
Let's even say 15, just to be generous. You know what I mean?
Whatever.
Right.
That's a little bit problematic, Pearson.
Yeah, but so the people who direct you?
Yes.
They should have been looking. I'll put the blame squarely on them and not customs. And to be fair, it was on the opposite side, so not the side where they look.
Right.
But they should be walking around.
Yeah, absolutely. So. I mean, isn't that the first thing they tell you is if there's an unaccompanied bag or an unattended bag, like, this is the biggest security threat? Yeah.
But it was just future episodes of the Insomnia Project. So anyways, that was my ordeal. Once again, I know it's not relaxing for our listeners.
Although, I don't know, like a laptop and a hard drive and a laptop bag.
Yeah, could be anything,
Could be...
anything, anything. Sure. Yeah. But regardless. It's safe. It's safe. Here.
Recovered.
I'm going to get a new hard drive so that we don't have your personal information on there. Because when we started this two years ago, you were like, I've got a hard drive. Let's just use this. Like...
Actually, it's funny because I was looking for an old headshot of mine to post on the old headshot, and I have a feeling it's on this drive.
Oh no, Nidhi, I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'll post it at another time.
Okay. All right. Anyways, that's my story. That's my update. Do you have any updates?
I recently went to Banff, Alberta.
Oh.
And it was on this leadership conference thing. And at the end of the conference, you were given an envelope, and it was all these beautiful messages from the other participants who were part of the conference. And they had written on Post-it cards some of them were just like
those yellow cards, those little yellow sticky things?
Sorry, not on those. The index cards, cards. And so some of them were about like, you know, how nice it was to spend the week with you, and here's all the things and that I think about you, and thank you for this. And others were about like a wish that you have for like that they had for me or whatever. So like I had a stack of these, right?
Wow.
And so I decide I am going to read them because they said you're not allowed to open the envelopes until you're on your journey back home.
Okay.
And so I was like, great, I'm going to read them on the plane.
Cool.
Great. Now, a couple of things.
Are you a good flyer, first of all?
I am not a good flyer when there's turbulence.
Okay.
So I don't know if you've ever taken off from the Calgary airport.
I have.
Okay. So because of the mountains, there's more turbulence than normal. And on this particular day, there was a lot of turbulence.
Right, of course. A lot of our listeners listen to the show because of flying and stuff.
It's true.
Right?
And now I'm talking about turbulence on...
Right.
on
but this is not a proper...
This is not a proper episode. Fast forward through this, all of it. Just go to the next episode, really. If you're on a plane, just go to the next episode. And so I was in the last row, and so it's extra bumpy, right? And there was no one next to me. So it was like me at the window, no one in the aisle. Sorry, no one in the middle, and then this guy in the aisle seat. And so I start opening these beautiful notes that are so heartwarming and emotional and lovely. And so I start crying, right? Because I'm like, this is so meaningful and beautiful. So first he's looking over like, this is going to be an interesting flight with this person who's like, crying and got like emotional sunglasses. Like it looked like this poor guy must have been like, okay,
what's going on here?
What's going on? But obviously I was emotional, so you know, who knows what happened.
Yeah.
So then the plane takes off, and so I am very acutely aware of like sounds when the plane takes off because I wait for that ding that tells them, like, and then you hear the ding, and then all you hear are the flight attendants like unwrapping things,
springing into action.
Yes, exactly. And so like that to me is my comfort. Well, I didn't hear the ding, Marco.
Okay.
And so, and they had mentioned before taking off that it's the winds and it's turbulent more than normal.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Fine. And then they were like, it's low turbulence. But this thing is like bouncing up and down. And I'm looking out of the window watching like the wing. And I just turned to the guy next to me and I'm like... It's pretty bad out there. And he's like, oh, no, this is normal. This is really normal. I'm like, are you sure? And he's like, totally normal. I'm like, and Marco, I've been on like hundreds of planes. Like I travel all the time.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
So the fact that I sit in these planes and then it's like the first time I've ever gone flying before. Like I literally always turn to the next person and I'm like, is this normal? Like as though... I don't know. Whatever. I'm like, is this normal? And so he's like...
And you've just been crying, too.
I've just been crying. The whole thing is
you're
just
in an awesome state.
Very heightened. And so... And then he's like, no, I travel all the time. It's fine. And of course, it's like, I'm like this hot mess. And this guy's like this slightly older than me gentleman who's probably kind of like, oh, don't worry, young lady.
Right.
Things are going to be fine.
This is your first trip.
This is your first trip.
I was like that back in 1947
exactly.
when I took my first
flip. Oh, God.
We all prefer things a certain way, like groceries. If you want groceries just how you like them, you gotta try Instacart. They have a new preference picker that lets you pick how ripe or unripe you want your bananas. Shoppers can see your preferences up front, helping guide their choices. Because when it comes to groceries, the details matter. Instacart. Get groceries just how you like.
We live in a culture obsessed with dieting, weight loss, and exercise. And that can make eating disorder behaviors easy to miss. But the reality is, eating disorders are serious mental illnesses that take a major toll on your health and your life. But recovery is possible. Eating disorders are more common than you might think. Chances are you know someone who is struggling with one. Or maybe you're struggling yourself. If you're concerned about an eating disorder in yourself or a loved one, I want to introduce you to Equip. Equip is a fully virtual, evidence-based eating disorder treatment program that helps patients achieve lasting recovery at home. Every Equip patient is matched with a multidisciplinary care team that includes a therapist, dietitian, medical provider, and mentors. And you get a personalized treatment plan that's tailored to your unique goals and challenges. Equip treats patients of all ages and all eating disorder diagnoses. It's covered by insurance, and there's no wait list. If you think that you or a loved one could be struggling with an eating disorder, don't wait to get help. Visit equip.health to learn more. That's equip.health.
When it comes to managing money, forget the hype and look at the results. Bill has $1 trillion of secure payments powering our bill pay tools. Instead of just moving money, Bill is powering the financial operations of nearly 500,000 customers. So stop the guesswork and start scaling with the proven choice. Ready to talk with an expert? Visit Bill.com/proven to get started. And grab a $250 gift card as a thank you. Terms and conditions apply. See offer page for details.
And so then the ding goes off, and I'm like, okay. Everything's fine now. That's great. And then about 20 minutes later, the pilot, the ding goes on again. Fasten your seatbelt.
Sure.
Because it's starting to get a little rocky. And then the flight attendant, and you always know when it's not the pilot that comes back on, but the flight attendant. Okay. Because the pilot's probably like really concentrating.
Oh, I don't know, Nidhi. I think you're conjecturing here. Because now you're going to have a bunch of our listeners being like, it's this flight attendant. No, I don't.
Next episode.
Click next.
Click next.
Skip.
And so the flight attendant came on the line and she's like, we're actually going to be experiencing some moderate turbulence.
Okay, well, that's all right. Moderate.
Marco, I've never had moderate turbulence in my life. And so, no, moderate turbulence is like panic-inducing for me. Okay. And I just turn, and so I can see the shifting of the wings. All ideas about engineering go out the window.
Folks, everything turns out okay because she's talking
I'm still here.
Okay.
And then I look at the guy again, and he's just looking at me. This time he's like, This is not funny anymore. Right. This is kind of like, it's gonna be fine.
Okay, that's what he's saying. Yeah. Okay.
Where he's like, it's fine. Don't worry. Right. Where I'm like, I now just look like I am in.
Well, listen. There's a book for little toddlers called Everybody Poops. I feel like we should have a book called Everybody Experiences Turbulence.
I know. Why? I need to. You know what? I want to go to hypnotherapy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I feel like hypnotherapy would help.
It's funny, Nidhi. A lot of people have been saying that they listen to our podcast for anxiety, and
I just made them really anxious.
Well, but we also want to say that we go through anxiety too, so that we're here with you.
We started the podcast because of our anxiety and insomnia.
So, you're not the only one out there. Thank you for listening. Thank you for just taking the time and listening to us talk about random things and Nidhi's experience. I will tell you this about when I was flying home. So we got bumped into not first class, but business class or whatever it's called. I don't know,
take it.
Fly class, I think they call it. So so I'm in the middle seat, but it doesn't matter because I've got room, Nidhi. I got room to stretch. I can shift. I can do the conga in my seat without a problem, right? So I said to Amanda, you sit by the window because I know you'll sleep. I never sleep on planes, so don't worry. So Nidhi, I fall asleep on the plane, right? And then forget what happens, but we start to descend. And it has a distinct feeling, and I was asleep. And so I got startled, and I grabbed the woman's hand beside me. I just wake up and grab her hand, right? Luckily, I'd been talking to her, and she was really lovely, lovely woman from Brazil. Maria's her name. Or no, it's not Maria. I was calling her Maria.
Oh,
but
no.
It's not. She's lovely. She's on my Facebook. She's probably listening right now. And I probably shouldn't say her name. So I'll just call her Maria because she hasn't given me permission to say her name. So Maria, you know who you are. I think it's her first name or middle name is Maria, but she goes by something else.
Got it.
And she was like, Marco, don't worry. It's not a problem. I grabbed not only did I grab her hand, but at one point I snorted myself awake because I never sleep on planes, right? And that's what happened. Anyways, share your travel story with us at Listen and Sleep and on our Twitter or on our Instagram. We'd love to hear it.
And once again, please feel free to check us out on Patreon. Patreon.com/Insomnia Project. Thank you so much for the folks who have already given. It has been such a humbling and amazing thing to see people enjoying this show enough to want to, contribute to it. So please, thank you.
Yeah, and we're going to have on the Patreon we were just talking about, we're going to record what we talk about prior to recording the show. So a little sort of behind the scenes when Nidhi and I are trying to figure things out. That's some content you'll find there. Until May 30th, keep well, and thank you for listening to us.
And yes, am I wrapping up?
Sure, if you want.
Okay.
I think so.
Well, I guess we'll just wrap up the normal way.
Yeah, of course.
The Insomnia Project is produced by Jumpcast Productions, and we were recording in Toronto, Canada.